Hello and welcome back to the 100% playthrough of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. We are finally here at the Kaer Morhen. We have finally arrived home, and it really is home sweet home, something we didn't see since episode 1 actually. So obviously we will go questing right off the bat. We have quite a few things to do over here. Especially with the ugly baby quest, namely, we have one main quest, and we have essentially 3 subquests to the main quest. Now we have one that's Lambert related, one that's Yennefer related, and one that is Eskel related. Now I'm not sure if Yennefer is too keen on seeing us ever since Vizima, and Lambert, after what we did last episode with not letting him kill Yad Karadin, might also not be too inclined towards us. So Eskel is our best bet, I would say, for at least for the beginning of this episode. So we need to bait a Forktail. Yennefer asked, or rather, if I'm to be completely honest with you, dear reader, ordered Geralt to help Eskel hunt a Forktail. The sorceress needed ingredients from this dangerous beast's body, and clearly thought 2 witchers would get the job done sooner than 1. Geralt thus settled out to track the monster, but first he had to find Eskel. Obviously, we will do that. Maybe we will also talk a bit with Vesemir. We also haven't seen him in quite some time. But first, let's actually run around Kaer Morhen for a little bit, considering we now have free reign to do so. Previously, we were kind of hindered by just tutorial, so now it's a great time to kind of explore and see what the future has in stock for us. Hopefully a lot of goodies. For example, this one. Berengar's
Handwriting
note.
looks familiar. Berengar's. Papers have been lying here for years.
Now let's see what Berengar says. Damn hunk of metal, a week sweating with bellows and forge, and what do you know, there's Coherent shining in my hands, and then there it goes, cracking into shards with the first practice strike. Must have botched something in the alloy composition or cooled it too fast after forging. Hard to say. Gotta try again, I guess, but not here, because Vesemir's already badgering me with his blasted words of wisdom. Should have known asking his advice was opening a bottomless can of worms. Don't know how Geralt puts up with that without going the rest of the way crazy.
He was working on a sword. And not just any sword, judging by his notes. Torhan ought to talk to Vesemir. Berengar consulted him. Vesemir might remember how far he got.
So we are already collecting quests at Gran. But then again, it's no surprise. See, what I like about this area is that we are getting, and actually will get, a ton of Mastercraft armor and weapon kits, which is like massive. The master armor. We have 2 master weapons. This area is kind of overpowered when it comes to that. And you just have to look in between all the crannies, considering this it's for this kind of hole. Go around here. While we are at it, goodness, look at this. This view is so... I don't know, being here just hits different, you know? Just something heartwarming and sad at the same time. On one hand, you're happy that you're actually here finally after a long time. But then you're also... Hang on a second. But yeah, what I wanted to say, you're also... sad because... essentially the last fortress. Doesn't... Why is this not lootable? I'm angry, I demand loot. Okay, well, nothing. Oh. Another couple kits. Also something... a good place to hide something. It's a wall. Yes. I had my hopes up. Oh, they had a swing! Oh, I never noticed that detail before. Actually so nice. This would be inner core. Interesting. Yes, that seem lootable but aren't not. Oh, they have a little herbal garden. It's locked. Or what? Wars of the North, myths, lies, and half
The Northern
truth.
Wars, Myths, Lies, and Distortions. Historical treatise by Restif de Montholon.
Well, since this is something new, let's read it. Most historians ascribe the trial, sentencing, and execution of Joachim de Vet to the violent, cruel, and tyrannical nature of the Empire, although many authors with the predilection for sensationalizing propose loaded hypotheses about vengeance and the settling of thoroughly private scores. It is high time to tell the truth, a truth that is and has long been more than clear to every scholar. Duke de Vet led the Verdun group. Describe the manner in which he did so as incompetent would be far too kind. Facing a force half as strong as his own, he delayed the North offensive, turning all his attention to the fight against the guerrillas of Verdun. Verdun group brought unheard of cruelties to bear against the civilian population. The result proved as predictable as it was inevitable, whereas in winter the insurgents numbered a mere 500,000, by spring nearly the entire country had taken up arms against us. King Ervil, a loyal liege subject to the empire, was killed, and his son, Crown Prince Kistrin, who sympathized with Nordlings, was made. Skalga raiders biting at his flanks, a Nordling offensive coming from Sidaris before him, and a rebellion at his rear, the Vet became bogged down in a chaotic struggle and suffered one defeat after another. This in turn delayed Army Group Center's offensive instead of pinning down the Nordlings' flanks as it was too. The Verdun group tied down Menno Cohorn. The Nordlings took advantage of the situation immediately. They mounted a counter-offensive, breaking through the ring of forces circling Mayenne and Maribor, and throttling any chance of the quick recapture of these fortresses. The Vet's incompetence, ineptitude, and stupidity also affected morale. The myth of an invincible Nilfgaard was shattered. New recruits began to pour into the armies of the north by the hundreds.
Missing some pages.
Oh! Now that's a spicy detail. It's missing some pages. And since it was found by the outhouse, I think we know where those pages are used. Now we're not gonna go inside the fortress. just yet. We are namely going to find Eskel. And Eskel's tracks, I do believe, were just outside of. Would also like the beautiful job, Geralt. I'd like the beautiful Kaer Morhen music back. That would be amazing. Would be very nice.
Must be Eskel's prints. No one else has left the keep recently.
It's incredibly absolutely. What? Load it up. See if this changes something.
Search for Sherry led Geralt to
Because
conclude
it's
that
a
Uma,
shame
the
not
ugliest
to
man
have
alive and the victim of a curse,
the music in
was
the
the
background.
key to finding the young woman. Geralt needed to lift the curse, so he took Uma to the home of the world's greatest specialist on dark spells, to the Witcher's fortress of Kaer Morhen.
Yeah, let's see if Kaer Morhen finds us. Yes, yes it does. Oh. If I remember correctly, there was like a village relative. But don't hold my word. I know it's in from the books. Now, when we look at the map, I do wonder if, like, I mean, maybe not, like, the little peak over here, and all of these, like, little outposts, kind of, if they were, like, part of that village, or is that something that
That's his horse. What's its name? Scorpion? Beautiful animal.
It is beautiful.
Eskel made camp here. Looks like he planned to stay outside a while.
Oh, enhanced reckoning wood. We already have this item. Oh, okay. Good. But yeah, I do wonder if that's something like the Geralt, please get off Eskel. That's decent.
Footprints. And hoofprints. A goat. Interesting. Rocks. Tracks end here. Great. Could try to follow my nose. Can't smell Eskel, but there is the goat. Just gotta find a sample of its scent. Bits of bark. Looks like Eskel's goat rubbed against this tree. A clump of goat hair. Ugh, the stench.
He's quite far from the keep.
Eskel's tracks. The nose knows.
Eskel!
As for Forktails, bait them thusly. Pound a stake in the soil, bind a goat to it, then hide ye in near to shrubbery post haste.
Brother Adalbert's Bestiary, page 82. See, your memory's back in full, and sharp as ever in spite of your years.
Whereas you're getting hard of hearing in your old age. Squawking grouse could have snuck up on you.
Nah, heard you panting from 3 miles away. Just didn't want to give up that vantage point. Good to finally see you again.
Honestly, screw Yen. At this point, we're just glad to see Eskel
You
again.
too. How are things?
Same old, same old. Another day, another drowner.
That it?
I'm a simple witcher wolf. Don't fight dragons, don't fraternize with kings, and don't sleep with sorceresses. Unlike some.
Try to limit myself to sleeping with sorceresses. I mean, it's not exactly a lie.
Try to limit myself to the sorceresses from now on.
No doubt the most pleasant part. Though I'm not sure it ain't the most dangerous, too. Shh! Hear that? Incoming.
There it is.
I see it.
Picked a bad day to leave its nest.
Big bastard!
We can handle this.
Damn it! It's taking off! Hit the wings!
Oh, you don't have the crossbow equipped. Day.
Bleeding heavily.
Foul, overgrown reptiles. Hate it when they do that. Might have saved us some trouble. Let us kill it now.
Then maybe gut itself, run a spit down
Not
its throat
scared
and out
to
its
leave the
ass. Horse down below. Forktail could decide to have at him.
Scorpion's a warhorse. A purebred Kedwenny. He'll be fine. Have I told you how I got him?
No, don't think so.
Saved this lost knight once. You know, woods, dark, wolves, the standard. Told him, give me what you find at home and all that. No kid this time, but his mare had just foaled.
Eskel and Scorpion, bound by fate. An enchanting tale.
Mock me all you want. You're just jealous.
Yeah, it's a nice story.
The old hen, she cackled on the fence. The old hen, she cackled, and she ain't cackled since.
What's that song?
Some old hill folk tune. Perfect for hiking. My mom sang it to me.
You remember her?
Just that silly song. Nothing else.
Fled to its lair, looks like.
Good. Means it's done fleeing. Gonna make a
I
stand.
want to look around some.
And we also have some more gear too. So it might be worth. Maybe rotting flesh isn't exactly what we were looking for though.
All right, let's collect the spinal fluid and get out of here. Cut into its back, just below the skull.
Well, we probably know how to do it, so did Yen mention why she wants this?
Yen tell you why she wants this?
Mean you don't know? And that, doesn't bug you?
Yeah, maybe she might do some dark magic, of course it bothers us.
Of course it does. Don't see us lifting the curse without her, though.
We could have gone to Triss for help.
Put it to you this way. If Yen can't help Uma, we can always go to Triss. She won't hold it against us. But if we'd done it the other way around...
There'd be hell to pay.
Exactly. Enough of this talk. Let's go.
Okay, we do have the option. What did we just get? I just enhanced woven gauntlets. Okay. So we need to go back to before we do that. Let's blurb off. Oh, and Roach is conveniently here.
Hey, what do you say to a little race? Maybe see who's faster, Roach or Scorpion. And who's the better rider.
Sure.
Not really a challenge, because I could beat you riding a lame sow. But why not?
You're a lame sow yourself. First to Kaer Morhen wins!
You're on, Eskel. Probably over to. Plus, Roach has a ton of stamina battles, so that should be easy. Should be easy enough. Do we have enough stamina?
Break your neck.
I think this is gonna last us, yeah. No? Okay. Thought we had enough stamina to do it in one
Not so
go.
fast, Roach. Finally. Took you a while.
Saddle kept sliding.
Mm-hmm. Not a crappy show dancer out there who doesn't blame her shoes.
You're a fucking show dancer. But one who's damn good on horseback. Didn't wager anything, but can't help thinking you deserve a prize.
Ah, come on.
Come on. Not gonna take anything from you. Buy me around sometime and we'll call it good.
Done deal.
Hey, night is slowly settling. Well, you know what? We might as well go and try and help Yen fix her megascope. I'm doing this just to see how much experience they'll need before we can level up. No, we need 2 more levels. Okay. I thought we could potentially Witcher gear upgrades. That's not going to be the case.
No reaction to dimer.
Holy sword. How are we on the way? Okay.
Pretty, isn't it? Interesting. Not afraid of silver.
Guessing this is where they keep the... Makes sense
Hold
with
this.
all the...
No reaction to dimeridium.
Okay, and now... Besmir's just an illustrated atlas of insect. I already see tons of long words. Well, Arachas, monster of the Brachioarachnidae subtype Viperhexapoda. Lives mainly in boggy terrain, but also in caves and abandoned mines. Hierarchical caste structure with highly specific specialized members. Master of mimicry. Many specimens highly poisonous. Invasive species immigrated from the south. Must be fought with silver, ideally freshly coated with gold.
Look, like that? Pretty, isn't it?
Wild Hunt, did we read
Not
that?
afraid of silver.
Head of the Cavalcade, yeah, I think.
Leaking again. Damn it.
Okay, that's Lambert. This is Eskel again with Alakam.
Impressive specimen.
Ikimara.
A month of tracking, stalking. But I finally dropped the son of a bitch.
Congratulations. Can't help wondering, though. Why'd you keep the corpse? Aim to stuff it? Hang it above the mantle?
Not a bad idea. Gotta finish the autopsy first, though. This one was quicker than most. Quicker and stronger. Want to examine it thoroughly.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Mind if I have a look?
Want to do the honors?
No thanks. You cut. I'll grab a bite to eat.
Ah, Geralt. Okay, head first.
Let's examine its head.
Long whiskers. Protruding frontal lobe, but that's normal. Long ears. And an earring.
Seen that before. Some of them like shiny objects, like magpies.
And in the maw, yellow dull teeth. Missing its upper front teeth. Lower incisors.
Clearly not a flosser. Fine, let's move on.
What about the gut?
Open its gut. So, anything interesting?
Bits of undigested food. A few decades worth, looks like. Human hair, a belt buckle, a few coppers, and a gold ring. Want to give it to Yennefer? Ought to be as good as new once you polish it a bit.
No thanks. She only wears silver.
That's her loss. Rest is perfectly normal, except for its gnarled liver. Seems like I had a penchant for the blood of drunkards.
What about the claws?
Nice claws. 15 inches, I'd say.
They grow its whole life. This one was about 110 years old.
Pretty muscular legs. Calves and feet especially.
Let me tell you, this sucker was fast. 1 second here, there the next. Always in the shadows. Could barely see it.
So how'd you take it down?
Long story. Tell you another time.
No, tell us now. I want to hear this.
Think I've seen enough for now. This was an old one. Experienced.
It'd be nice to figure out a way to determine a catacan's age based on its tracks. Avoid running across one like this unprepared.
It would, I agree. But later. See ya, Eskel.
Let's go. This.
Look, like that? Pretty, isn't it? Interesting. Not afraid of
This is the
silver.
layout of the castle. I love so many clutter.
Now look here. Pupils
Oh.
functioning normal.
Scavenger. Oh, the library. Already read everything so far. Something. On realms. Wild hunt. Mining with vampire.
Pulse weak, but regular.
something request related.
Look at the
Osmond's notes and Vesemir's note. Oh,
pupils functioning normally.
Reynold and Osmond. You lost woven Witcher gear. A breakthrough. Oh, how I've long awaited this day. The experimental armor Reynold is working on has proved undeniably more durable than the wolf standard. We initially thought it impossible to improve the design without adding weight, but recent trials have demonstrated we only lack the right materials. I'm traveling to Novigrad soon to meet with him. I have much to discuss and new modifications to test. And all the details are scribbled down. When I return, I'll add Reynolds diagrams to my own ideas here for the final draft. And Vesemir's note. These ideas for gear improvement are useless. What a damn shame. According to chronicles from the end of the century, Osmond suffered a severe head wound and never recovered. He regained consciousness at school. Healer confirmed permanent damage has set in. His ability to speak and communicate simply was all but completely lost with Reynold, and the armor diagram still missing. I will leave these value left. While we are here, we might as well read this journal entry that's tied to the From a Far, Far Away Land quest. 5 weeks have now passed since I was hired by that Prince Vagridoft of a far-off land to help guide his family safely to the Clare. At first I merely suspected it, but now I'm certain our ship is being followed. We've charted a course for shore. The captain wants to replenish supplies in a small village called Urston, and then sail up the Pontar. The masts of the ship which sails after us are constantly visible on the horizon. The worst is upon us. We shall drown. The shore was within our reach when a horrible wind blew us back. The gale tossed our ship against the rocks with water. The oar fell and crushed my legs. I don't know what will come to pass now. I have failed them, have failed the heirs to the royal dynasty whom I was charged to escort safely there. The sealed letters were in the chest with which the sailors tossed overboard when the ship began to sink. If they ever wash ashore, if anyone ever finds them and this journal, that they need to be given to answering to the name of the key. We not know the local language. You read the words Tithog Atrut Alame Hoir. You will know what to do. I hope she has survived. Luckily, she and the child sail in the ship. The elder insisted we travel separately. Right. I don't know who chases us. I only know that
Those notes I found at Kaer Morhen. Seems Reynold's diagrams are the missing link. Should know enough to craft that armor now.
So magically you just how to craft armor. Okay, Geralt, I see you. We shall try and make that armor, of course. Maybe even play with it for a while until we can actually upgrade our assigned gear. Now let's see where he is. Also, I can. Else is there to scavenge first.
Like that? Pretty, isn't it?
Comic-Con. A lot of books that we already read. Isn't the worst thing. Another Necronomicon. There is... yes. Just bits and pieces of junk.
Pulse weak.
At least we can jump over. That's also something nice. Oh my. Thing down there is armor. That's here locked. This a room. Not sure exactly. Okay, so nothing of interest for us. Well, let's actually head through. Getting into them. Third letter. Crafting materials. I am happy to see those. Lots of alcohol. Probably shouldn't come as a surprise. At least as warm and spirits used in potion. Need to go through that door. This one. Yep, there we go. It. Off we go. Spinal. Monstrum or a Portrayal of Witchers Volume
Monstrum
2.
or a portrayal of witchers.
For it is well known that when a witcher inflicts torment, suffering, and death, he experiences a semblance of pleasure and delight, the kind a normal and righteous man only feels when performing his marital duties with his spouse. Keep them home. Yakulat. Okay, yeah, I see what you did there, CDPR. From this, it clearly follows that the Witcher is, in the very matter of his being, the defiler of nature, and immoral and loathsome ignorant, born from the darkest and rankest depths of hell, where only one such as the devil himself can derive pleasure from. Note in margin, the book is a key to the mind's
Notes describe how to open a passage in the mine. Might be worth seeing what's down there.
I 100% agree. However, oh, that's the kitchen. So we need to go up.
God damn it! You piece of shit!
Uh-oh.
Okay, yeah, she is not in the mood. She's definitely not in the mood.
Damn crystal!
You decide to blow us up?
Geralt, I'm sorry, but I'm in no mood for jests.
What's eating you?
Let me think. That was the third crystal to explode. It's been a week, and Lambert's still not done what I've asked. Vesemir spitefully insists on repairing the wall just beneath my window and starts hammering at the crack of dawn, while Eskel seems to have gone mushroom picking, not forktail hunting.
The guys. Well, they're not exactly happy with you.
Why is that?
Because you aren't willing to say what you're planning. You're treating them like pages, not including them. Us, actually, because I feel that way too.
I shall explain everything when the time is right. First, we must finish our preparations.
Oh, the bed. Oh, let's not talk about the bed. You don't trust us yet.
You got trust issues with us?
No. Actually, I fear you don't trust me. So I'd rather keep certain things secret. For the time being.
Pretty tortured logic.
It may seem that way now. But you'll understand in time.
So what do we need to do?
Fine. What do I do?
Firstly, help Eskel and Lambert. One was supposed to get me Forktail spinal fluid. The other was to fortify the phylactery with elemental power. I've yet to see anything from either of them.
Already helped Eskel. I can check on Lambert. Anything else?
Yes. There's one other trifling matter. As you saw, my megascope's acting up. In rather spectacular fashion. I'm certain there's an energy source nearby, generating disturbances, making the crystals malfunction. We must find it and neutralize it. Quickly, I must contact someone. It's urgent.
Who that be?
Who you plan to contact? Or is that a secret too?
No secret at all. Ida Emian. Remember her?
How could I forget? Member of the Lodge, Elven Sage.
Exactly, a sage. As the name suggests, she should know a great deal. I'd like to ask her for advice about Uma. Satisfied?
Your sorceress friends, the sage and not so sage, they've let me down before. But if we gotta, we gotta.
If only you'd been this cautious with all of them. But no matter. Thank you for your permission.
So that disturbance you talked about, or turning a little sarcastic again, how do we...
Alright. How do I find the source?
Use this Potestaquizitor.
Potestaquizitor? Sounds fancy. Complicated.
Yet it's ever so simple. Grasp it firmly, move it around, and the louder it squeals, the closer you are.
Mm-hmm.
Spare me your juvenile wit, please. Well, what are you waiting for? Ah, one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Geralt.
Disturbance. Find the source of the magical disturbance. Potestaquizitor. So if it's bothering her up there, some should be around. Yep. There. Already marked. There we go.
Nothing here. Oh, got a signal. Signal's growing stronger. Shit, lost the signal. Nothing here. Oh, got a signal. Signal's growing stronger. Can't be far now.
Yennefer found a volunteer to walk around with that chirping stick after all.
Shh. Ah, there you are. Disturbance is coming from there. What's in these crates?
Dimeridium bombs. Lambert made them.
No wonder the megascope doesn't work. All right, gotta get him out of here.
I can do that. Rather you not make a mess of my shelves. Just keep an eye on Uma.
Yes, Uncle Vesemir. How goes it? Vesemir's not working you too hard, I hope. Thought so.
All done. You can go. Now, let's check your conditioned reflexes.
Hey, Vesemir's all rounded up again. And the disturbance is gone, so probably megascope thing. Back to on.
Thank you. Seems to be working now. What was it?
Dimeridium bombs. Lambert left them by the beds.
I suppose he had no idea they could interfere with my megascope?
Lambert doesn't know shit about megascopes. Yeah, probably.
You know,
that.
Lambert's not exactly an expert on megascopes, so...
Please. Lambert is mean, not stupid. Enough. Ready for this conversation?
Sure you want me here? Members of the Lodge don't let just anyone in on their secrets, or so I've heard.
Consider it a token of our trust. Now let's begin. And Geralt, behave, please.
Didn't you just say you trust me?
Stop twisting my words.
Kedmil Yennefer at Vengerberg. Gwynblade?
Okay, well, she asked us to behave. Edmund.
Kedmil and Severn.
Why have you summoned me?
We've come up against a curse. One we must lift. It was uttered in a dialect of Elder speech unfamiliar to me.
I see. The words of the curse?
Vafel Elaine, Kedmil Foli, Gledev Don Eptenid, Bondro Isne Iakus.
Probably knows the dialect.
Recognize the dialect?
Lathan Undod.
Meaning?
The so-called One speech, a forgotten language dating from before the migration.
The migration?
Later, Geralt.
Yeah, and by how she reacted, she probably also heard the word.
Take it you've heard the words before.
Yes, in legends. Of the kind that do not end happily.
Can you help us with the curse?
To a degree. Agnes de Glanville's incantation, combined with Elder's triangle, inverted, of course. They are your only possible recourse. But I cannot guarantee that even they will suffice.
Thank you, Severn. Vafel.
That does not conclude our conversation.
Oh, does she win something in return? That's the question. Let's go with the second option.
What is it?
The time of the white frost and white light is nigh.
And the world will perish amidst ice. I know Ithleen's prophecy.
I don't doubt you know it, but do you understand it? The Elder Blood can initiate the final age, the time of the end, or stop it. Remember this, Gwynblade, for you will be the one to determine if the seed bursts into flames.
Oh boy. Well, does Yen understand that? I think she does.
Any idea what she was talking about?
Ciri, of course.
Wish everyone would just leave her the hell alone.
Wouldn't count on it.
And the migration that was mentioned beforehand, what was that about?
What was that about? The migration?
Good gods. Did they teach you no history here?
No. Vesemir figured sword work could be more useful on the path. Gonna answer me?
Naturally. One's never too old to learn. The Ensei and the NN elves were once one folk, the En Undod. Then came a cataclysm. No one knows its nature. The En Undod were forced to leave their world. They split along the way.
So if Uma's curse was uttered in this Lathan Undod...
Then it's old. Very, very old.
Alrighty. What now?
All in all, interesting conversation. What now?
Finish whatever it was you and the boys were planning to do. Then we'll begin.
Okay, ominous, but we will roll with it. We also leveled up, which is very nice. 2 points. We are one slot away, one level away. Oh, really? There, this is maximum vitality by I'm gonna go with like the bear school, considering we were bearing. Each piece of heavy armor increases maximum strong attack damage. Adrenaline burst. Fires. You ignore bomb and special bolt effects. That's useful. Bomb damage is tripled. The number of bombs and slots is healing food regenerates vitality for 20 minutes. That seems kind of solid. Okay, we'll see what we will use those things for. So far, I'm kind of on the verge of just keeping them safe and using them on something else. Now, we have one last thing to do, and that is to talk to Lambert about journeying to the Circle of Element. However, I do believe we will do that in the next episode, so thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and if you did, why don't you show that by commenting, liking, subscribing to the channel, whatever you do to interact, it really helps the channel grow, and it is also very appreciated. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and until then, bye!